warm welcome to the 2016 ICCS Gala dinner. I am extremely happy that this Gala this year is coming at the end of 2 days of innovation, 2 days called the Italian Innovation Days, and I hope to say this is just the first Italian Innovation Days. So let's hope to have another one next year, bigger, more successful, if possible, and with more attendees from both parties, from Italy and I hope also from Singapore. Thanks a lot for being here, and I hope to see you next year again. I'm happy this comes at the end of Italian Innovation Days for one reason. I think there is an extreme need to reaffirm that Italy is a country of innovator. If you allow me to borrow a quote from one of the sponsors tonight, Mr. Ferrari said that we do not have oil fields, we do not have mines, but we can conquer the world with our creativity. I believe she did it. If there is a car outside there and all of us try to take a picture with it, I think we did it. She did it for sure, but our community did it as well. So this Italian Innovation Days belong to a strategy that the Chamber has to enforce and to strengthen the role as the local point of contact for the Italian community in Southeast Asia, for the Italian community in ASEAN, as well for the Singaporean company who are looking at Italy as an investment place, are looking at Italy as a place to buy companies, to form JVs, and to strengthen their ties in the Mediterranean, in Europe, and far from Asia. I believe this is a part of the strategy, but is not the only. We are not only focusing on organizing events, we are focusing also in organizing practical mission and organizing a local presence which has to be stronger. Our local presence today want to follow the role that Singapore has for Italian companies and for the majority of the overseas companies that are based here. The majority of people in this room are leading regional offices of their companies because Singapore is the regional headquarters for Southeast Asia, if not for the whole of Asia. And therefore we're just limiting ourselves to follow what Singapore is doing, to leverage on what Singapore is doing, and therefore to try to strengthen our presence in countries where we do not have our chamber and where we cannot leverage on our chamber. For this reason, we opened a small office in Myanmar within the premises of a European Chamber of Commerce for now. We're strengthening our collaborations with Singaporean institutions in the area. We are more and more interested, and we are carrying out activities already in Indonesia, and we are very open to do so with all Italian institutions on the ground who are willing to work with us. Lastly, I think the most important achievement this year for us has been to open an office in Milan. This has been a zero-cost operation. We opened an office in an organization where we have good friends in the center of Milan. So it's an exchange. They open a desk with us and we open a presence there. Why we are in Milan? We are in Milan for two reasons. We are in Milan because Italians need to know more in Southeast Asia. The priority of Southeast Asia has been set. The Secretary of State Della Vedova was here yesterday, the President of the Italian Trade Commission is here, and that's to strengthen the importance that ASEAN has for Italy. So this serves Italian purpose. But allow me also to say that the office in Milan want to facilitate the Singaporeans who are looking at Italy. You know, for many years we had complained that there is no trade office in Italy. We complained that there is no embassy in Italy. We complained that there is no EDB, no IE. We could have continued to complain. We decided that maybe it was time to act and it was time to do something on our own. And we decided to open ourselves. It's a small effort, we are a small company. But I believe it's a small sign to incentivize everybody to look at us as a point of reference. And I hope that my friend here, Douglas Fu, President of the Singapore Manufacturing Federation, or my friend, Mr. Tan, Chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the Singapore Chinese Chamber of Commerce, will take full leverage of these premises, and we will be happy to do so. As a matter of fact, we will have an event on 1st December with the EDB, with Singapore Airlines, to see, you know, an immediate action of our words. Allow me to conclude by saying that I'm extremely touched to have 420 people tonight here. It's, I believe, a 35% increase from the Gala dinner of just 3 years ago, 25% above last year. I think it's a good sign. And if that's true, it's true because our community is increasing in quantity, is increasing in quality, and because a lot of Singaporean friends are here, a lot of organizations, Manufacturing Federation, Chinese Chamber, NATAS, and more other are here present. Obviously, I could have not done this all by myself, so I want to thank my board of directors, especially my vice president, Domenico Ferrari, my treasurer, Alberto Martinelli, and the rest of the board as well. Most importantly, I want to thank the staff. I want to thank all my staff. I want to thank Caterina, I want to thank Andrea, I want to thank Gina, and I want to have Giacomo Maraviglio for the fantastic effort. So tonight you can go to office at 10. You are all excused to put together all this. Has been a tremendous effort. So thank you very much to all of them, but especially thank to all of you for being here and for being beautiful as always. Thanks a lot.